You know exactly what you want from a good head job, right? Well, mainly you just want them to actually happen as often as possible. Well, it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way street. And I'm afraid you've got a job to do too to make it wonderful, because there is more to it than just laying back and thinking whichever territory your heart favors. If you want the heads to keep coming and be of optimum quality, you will need to ace your reactions, and you better put in the work. And work it real good, baby. So in this video, I'm going to give you some etiquettes that you need to follow through whilst giving your partner head, all right? Number one, consent. First of all, for anything that you're going to do, before getting it going, make sure this is something you both want to do. Because listen, begging and pleading for your spouse to give you brains is not only pathetic, it makes it transactional. And it will lead to something that comes from duty, all right, not desire. So trust me, this is not the way. A BJ should be a gift, not a tax, all right? Don't try to manipulate your spouse if they don't want it at that moment. Better still prep them into the mood where they feel obliged to do it. That way it becomes more natural, and then you get to enjoy the best brains seeping through your lollipop. Number two, after establishing consent, make sure to give eye contact. This is going to be very magnetic and very electrifying for you and your spouse, because you get to see how twisted their faces are. You get to see how they're reacting to whatever magic your tongue, your lips, your ears are jointly creating. Of course, I'm aware of the fact that, you know, keeping eye contact has somewhat been a debatable issue for some time now. Like, should you or shouldn't you? All right, is it creepy? Will you kill the mood if you cross your eyes in ecstasy at the wrong time? Especially when the woman is giving the man brains and trying to establish that eye contact with him and her eyes are getting crossed. It indeed can really look weird, especially to the man. But I would advise that you keep glances casual for the best results. But of course, intense staring might seem really hot, but if you can look away, sometimes it might just make it a lot easier and bearable. It's not that bad, but for some men, it might be kind of weird and confusing to the mind. Having someone look at you like this, it's creepy, yeah. Number three, your hands. Whatever you do with these hands, right, while you're getting head, whether you're stroking your partner, you're stroking yourself, do not, on any circumstances, fold your hands behind your head as a man or as a woman and just lay there like a log of wood. Do something with your hands while you're giving or receiving. Your hands should be active. Touch your partner, lock fingers, stroke their hairs, place your hands on their body or on their hips so that you can feel the rhythm of their bodies. You could feel them shake or maneuver them ever so slightly. All right, above all said and done, don't reach for your phone. That's off-putting, that's disrespectful, and that brings us to number four, I guess, right? Number four, filming. Take this from me when I say that it is only immature couples that try to film their intimate movements. I mean, like, if you're a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman and you still consent to this in this age and time, it is just a proof that you're not even good in bed. If you were, why try to document your intimate movements anyways? Like, honestly, you already know that you're good. You don't need to document it to know it, all right? On a whole, I would say don't. Not even if your phone is right there at the bedside. Why? Well, it's like, you know, people going to the restaurant to eat only to end up, you know, capturing the food, spending time capturing the food with your phones for the purpose of content creation on Instagram, and then they only get to watch the entire thing through their phone screen. Why would you want to do that? You're definitely going to miss out on the moment. And who's the footage for anyways? All right? If you do want to preserve the brain session for posterity, you must, and I mean you must have the giver's or the receiver's consent beforehand, like before you even start, not during. Because in a moment of passion, people might just agree to anything. They might just agree to something that they otherwise would have refused, because being high on lust is like thinking you're better at something when you're drunk. So I beg you, don't put someone in a position where they have to worry that saying no will kill the mood, and then they just have to say yes just to please you. I think it's high time we started having a crop of gentlemen and ladies who will go beyond filming their intimate moments for keeps or whatever it may be. Another good reason for not reaching out for your phone to film is that there will inevitably be a notification informing you of the devastating news currently going on, or you might just get an office call, all right? Basically something to distract you, and that could potentially deflate you at that moment. So keep all devices away. Number 6, is it number 6? I think it's number 5, right? Number 5 etiquette for giving brains is positioning. This is key. It can be really good for both of you to switch things up while it's happening, because as the thrilling as giving head is, the staging can get really monotonous, really boring. So try shifting your partner around a little if you like, and this is so that you're ensuring that they are okay with it, they're okay with the position that you're shifting them into, and you're both comfortable. Because what feels good for you might be excruciating neck pain or neck strain for them or for your partner. And somebody with high pain receptors isn't going to want the BJ to last for a very long time. And also make sure to ask before transitioning to another position too, because some people like the stage they're in, all right? Some people might be at the verge of getting off while they're on position 69, and you want to just change it off to, you know, another position. It might not really be cool. You might just get them off the mood immediately. So you need to find out if they want a change of position, all right? That's where communication come into play. Number 6 etiquette is you trying to respond to every motion that pleases your sensory nerves. Moan, move, pant, do all of that. Show them that you are A, alive, B, you're enjoying what's happening. Why? Because it will turn them on too. Your partner will get off on your enthusiasm. Show them or tell them what you like. Don't be shy. Don't just sit there. Talk to them. Not about your fantasies or what's new in the fashion world or what happened in the office, but about how it feels, what you would love them to do next. And if there is something not right, which is usually the teeth, and which is always the case with women giving head, then you as a man, you should be able to tell them gently that you're having a problem with your teeth, all right? So for the men, if you have this kind of problem, just ask your wife to be gentler. Or if you want it harder, just tell her you want it harder, but in a way that sounds like you are in the moment rather than telling them off. And compliment them if it's good. If what they're doing to you is good, compliment them. Because if you make them feel like a champion while they're giving you head, they will want to come back for more to defend that title. All right? Anything that's not working, just steer them away from it gently, not harshly. You don't want to put them off, because if you stare them off harshly, they will never come back to it again. Never. You've killed them. And what number again? I think number 7, right? Number 7 etiquette for giving good BJ or giving good head or giving good brain. And we can never ever overemphasize this enough, the need for proper grooming. We can never overemphasize that. Of course, it's true, you might be caught off guard. You might be unaware. There are days when, you know, the heat is just on and you want to get it down, done and dusted, but you've not done the grooming. So you should always be prepared. Whether you wax or not, it's up to you, but you should do all you can to avoid palpable interruptions caused by your partner having to clear, you know, excess forestry going down there, plucking hairs from their teeth just cause you forgot to groom. Your plate as a woman, your balls as a man should be squeaky clean, should be fresh. But if time is fleeting and you can't shower, a quick localized wash around with soap and water is the very least that you can do. And oops, your underwears should be clean, please. They must fit well and be plain. No gibberish patterns around it. No novelty characters around it. All right, please. Your joystick is the only main character here. All right. So you do not need so much of everything going on down there. And even if you claim to be that kind of guy who's too posh for the number 2 to be played with, just make sure that your bottom is whistle clean, squeaky clean. Because some of us freaky women, we might just, you know, find our ways around getting our fingers around there. You might just find our tongues around there if you're extra lucky. And yes, you might even like it. And you might even want to kiss us afterwards. Okay, all right? Because a good rule of thumb is to treat every surface of your skin like you will have to taste it. It feels good to taste yourself. I mean, like, if you can't taste yourself, then why should anyone taste you? Really, why should anyone taste you if you can't taste yourself? Number 8, be a gentleman. In my last video, I talked about, you know, one of the signs that you know that you're good in bed is when you're kind. And I like men who are kind outside and kind in bed, all right? So to push the head down or not to push the head down, that's one big question as well. The answer is no. Best not to do it, because quite frankly, thrusting at your woman and pushing her head down might just feel good in the moment for you, but if she's not in control of that gagging, it can be very, very painful, and it can really hurt her, and that would mean her wanting to stop. So the most that you can do is just put your hands on her head or on her face. That's fine, but allow yourself to be guided with her mouth, all right? Allow yourself to be guided with her mouth. If she wants to gag, she will decide when and how to go about it. Don't shove it all the way in. Same with thrusting. And always ask if she's okay too, because, you know, a woman might have locked jaws and might want to stop, might want to take a break, or might be tired. So if she's trying the hardest to make you calm, but for whatever reason it's not happening, take a break, focus on her for a little while. She might not want to disappoint you, but it's up to you to show her that this is a team effort. It's not about you being selfish about, you know, the passion that you're feeling or the passion that you're involved in. And finally, number 9, right? Yeah, number 9. Warn them when and where you want to come, or if you're coming. You know, ultimately, the fact that you can express a preference in a final moment doesn't mean that you should. You need to also have it at the back of your mind that where you come is your partner's decision as well. They're the ones with everything at their fingertips. And while everyone likes surprises, right? See, an unexpected shot of your knot into the back of their throat, or on their faces, or on their chest, or anywhere, will not give you any medal. Will not give you any new medal at all. So you have got to do the needful. Let your woman know when you're arriving. Whether it's a quick tap on the table, or whether it's a quick tap on the bed head, or maybe a whistle, or a predetermined phrase such as, "Oh, mommy, it's about to happen." Say it, make it known, because your spouse would want to know when you're heading for the big reveal. And then they also get to decide to react accordingly by either swallowing it, spitting it into a whiskey tumbler, or they just spray it on their chest or on their face, or, you know, just tell them. Don't just take matters into your own hands and choose where to arrive on. Not every woman likes the taste. Not every woman likes to be sprayed upon. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. So get this right, and there will be many more head games coming up your ways. Coming up your ways, all right? And oh, please don't fall asleep during it. Do not. Like, that's just so crazy. That's a crazy thing to do. Don't fall asleep while it's going on. Anyways, subscribe to my channel. My name is Jane Lawrence, and I see you on my next videos.